And welcome back. So let's say you got into a timeshare and you loved it for many years, maybe had a couple of them, but now you're getting a little older, a little less mobile, we're not traveling as much, or whatever the circumstances may be, and it's time to say the end of the timeshare has come, right? So our next guest is here and joining us telling us about a little bit how they work with folks to we want your timeshare. I want to welcome Alexandra Olson to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, and we do actually want other people's timeshares.
So tell me the business model of this in general. How does it work for folks and who are the customers who come to you?
So we actually are a vacation rental company. We take over other people's timeshares, turn them into vacation rentals, follow all the tips and tricks and all the funny ways to book them years in advance, and really work it like a business to take advantage of those reservations in a way that the average timeshare owner just doesn't want to deal with.
Right, and that's one of the things I know. I know a few people who have timeshares. And it's like, man, I had to book this in advance, and I couldn't get this weekend. My points didn't apply to this, or I tried to trade, and it's really a complicated process for an individual to just be able to use their timeshare sometimes, right?
Definitely. I like to always say, not all timeshares are bad, and sometimes it has more to do with, current circumstances. Many people relocate, so their timeshare isn't geographically, convenient anymore. Sometimes the companies have changed hands, and the way it works is no longer the same. And a lot of times people are just doing different kinds of travel, and so
planning. And they're not doing the big trips anymore.
And planning years in advance to try to secure a week at a condo, is kind of a little unusual these days.
Yeah. Okay. So how does We Want Your Timeshare help folks who want to get out of the timeshare world?
Mm-hmm. So we actually take over title. So it's a really quick and different process with us than really any other company I'm aware of. Rather than trying to cancel your timeshare or market your timeshare for resale, what we do is offer a guaranteed solution where we open escrow, transfer title to us, we become the new owners, and the old timeshare owner never has to pay another maintenance fee again. They have proof from the resort, the county, and the title company that they never have any future obligation to it.
Okay, so they get out from under that annual or whatever the bills that come for all of those things, right? They're not doing it, since they're not using it, they're not taking advantage of it anymore. It's just kind of off their hands.
Yes, I mean, I'm meeting people all the time. I travel the country to 55 plus communities, go to almost every Sun City, Trilogy, Heritage, Robeson community, so meet thousands of timeshare owners a year. And they often just want to eliminate the burden of this maintenance fee, and many times they've been paying for 5-6 years, sometimes thousands of dollars, and still not going on vacation.
Okay,
so,
that's no fun. So what's going on with the world of timeshares these days? Is it still just as robust as ever, or are people going in different directions with it?
The sales are still robust. The timeshare industry, still sells excess of $10 billion with a B dollars a year. That being said, though, when polled, there was a recent study that came out where 85% of timeshare owners no longer want it.
Okay.
Out of 10 million homes that own timeshares. So, there's kind of a crisis brewing where 8.5 million people are searching for ways to get rid of their timeshares. And, as we, encounter timeshare owners, it seems like it kind of comes down to a few factors, which you touched on. The availability, of course, is an issue. And actually, I'm going to be hosting a seminar in the area where I'll cover all about, the changes in the industry and why, there's been a lack of availability. But availability, the maintenance fees increasing, as property insurance goes up.
Yeah, everything's going up, right? So that reflects in the timeshares, I'm sure.
Yes. And so it's been a little bit larger increases that we're seeing now, as properties age. Half the timeshares in America are over 40 years old. So, we're seeing major increases in the maintenance fees, lack of availability. And then, the biggest issue probably facing timeshare owners now is that there's really kind of no resale market any longer. There are, thousands of timeshares for sale online, not moving for a penny. So
right. And I was going to ask you how your company's a little bit different in terms of you're not helping them market this, right? This is a different approach. It's kind of, like you said, kind of a unique approach, right?
Definitely. Most of the companies out there, are trying to either promote a timeshare for sale and charging up front to do so, which, I kind of go, well, you wouldn't pay a realtor their commission before they sell your house, so it's a little, uncomfortable to do that with a timeshare. Yeah, so we're not trying to sell it. We're not trying to get it canceled. There's a lot of attorneys out there that will pursue trying to establish a basis of fraud on the original transaction.
Okay.
We don't do that either. We're focused entirely on building our own inventory pool for our vacation rentals and for our travel club.
Okay. Is there, just from getting out from under it, is there any benefit, like you mentioned the travel club, are the former owners of these timeshares also eligible for anything else within the program?
Well, yeah, actually, we have a full-service travel agency and travel club, and we market that to timeshare owners and non-timeshare owners. But what I found, over the years, the last 6 years of helping timeshare owners get rid of their timeshare, is that most of the time they were still traveling and wanted to just do different types of travel.
Right. I don't want to, like that timeshare I have in Hawaii or whatever. It's like I know Hawaii's great, but it can get a little old. I want to go somewhere else.
Right, and sometimes it's just getting into like guided tours and cruising, and maybe really more random hotel stays and stuff. So we have our own travel club called Club Travello, and so what happens is when we take over someone's timeshare, we give them back a membership to our travel club so that they still have a tool for travel, but it's just pay as you go with no annual fees or obligation to it.
Almost feels more like a hotel reservation almost, or an Airbnb kind of thing, right?
Well, actually, we have a software, which I went and found this software because I had thousands of timeshares and I needed to manage all this inventory. That's a lot of reservations to keep track of. And so I went kind of shopping for travel software, and in the process found that I was really shocked to find out that most of these travel platforms like Expedia, Travelocity, all these big household name travel sites actually have a lot of commission that they're adding. And when we got into having this software that we could plug all our inventory in so it would go out to the wide world, we also gained access to agency rates.
Oh,
and so when someone gets rid of a timeshare through us, they get a membership to Club Travello, which lets them log in online or call us, and they're able to book anything they could find on any of the major travel sites, but at 20, 30, 40% less.
Okay, we got some props here. What are we doing here?
Well, yeah, if you're interested in hearing more about us and finding out about our seminar, we're actually featured. There's an article in the Sorbet magazine in the November issue. It looks like we are on page 16 of Sorbet, so I know that goes to every home. Yeah, and it's just kind of talking about the things that people should watch out for. There are a lot of scams in this industry, so we want to make sure that if you're not able to attend our seminar, at least check out this article so that you can make sure that you are aware of the things to watch out for. But we are having an event November 14th at the Sonesta Select at 10 a.m. So there's information about how to RSVP right there in the sorbet.
Terrific. And if people want to get more information about you guys, what can they, website, phone number, and that kind of fun stuff?
Yeah, so they can actually go right to our website, wewantyourtimeshare.com.
There you go.
They can call at 602-900-9515 if they want to RSVP for our event on the 14th, or check us out in the sorbet and you'll read all about it.
Okay, well, Alexandra Olson from We Want Your Timeshare, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Sounds like a great opportunity for some folks who are looking to change things up a little bit.
Yes, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. All right, let's take a quick check at the Sports Corner with Cole Young.